Hello everyone, welcome to the Logging League studio, bringing you highlights of round 2 of the Logging League, brought to you by THRUSTMASTER and G-Portal gaming servers, the very best farming simulator game servers. Right, with no messing, let's jump straight into game 1 of this round, and that is between two Farm Sim League heavyweights. That is Astragon Entertainment and Power Team Esports. So, let's see how they got on.
Keep an eye on that timer, keep an eye out for the guys all jumping and ready to get going, racing to their machines. Of course it's a run, and there we go, they are off and going.
El Papito has just put the first set of logs into the container as well for the Power Esports guys, so we are running pretty neck and neck here, I think. Interestingly, we've got Obelix as well, who's the truck driver for the Power Esports team, who is sorting logs as well and making sure that some of the smaller logs are not being put into the container as well. So some great teamwork going on here.
Baumatsy's getting a little bit tangled up with some of his logs. He's actually got one sitting on the very front wheels of the processing unit, which hasn't helped in creating a nice big stack there for Calamaris to pick up, but he's going to race around with the grab there and try and get these tidied up and picked up. And obviously there's no point having downtime waiting for them to be stacked neatly. You might as well just get them into the back of the container as quickly as you can. So Baumatsy's just cut down one big tree. We're getting 4 logs into Calamaris' grapple. He's picked that up. Major Melon's reversing over because they've moved to the other side of the arena here. He's backing up. Calamaris has got the logs. They're quite a tight little area to maneuver, so I'm pretty confident this might be the last load they need to get their container full. Just grappling with straps, but there we are. Astragon's doors are closed and they are on their way out of the arena. Ramps.
This will either make this a very close run, or they're going to have to grab another load, and the Astragon guys are going to get a fairly healthy lead here. Yep, they are full, they are closing up, and they are on their way.
That's great. Well, Major Melon has just gone around the corner by the roller coaster. He is heading down the road, negotiating his way around a couple of cars.
I've got to say, any other competition, they would have been right up there. I have to say, I think Astragon's experience from the first round has maybe put them in good stead in this one, but Obelix is on the road now and he is heading on.
I'm a little bit behind Major Melon, but he is just about to drive through into the sell point, and there is the container gone. So under 10 minutes, 9 minutes 43, looking up there at the timer. That is an astronomically fast run. No speed lost, he's just motored through there, honking his horn, and sold, and that is 10:57 on the time, so only just over a minute behind.
Time, right?
Oh look, they would have they probably would have won a lot of matches last week with that time, but I think just the experience that Astragon have bought and their learnings from round 1 has just come through there, and but hey, it's not far away, and I think Power Team Esports should be proud of their efforts. They've really pushed the guys along there.
So there you go, a fantastic win there for Astragon Entertainment with a very impressive time. But hats off to Power Team Esports there, their first foray into Logging League, and they came out with a very respectable time as well, and could be one to watch in future rounds. Game 2 saw a couple of the established teams now in Logging League, that is Pick a Pallet and the Logmeisters, who have been with us since some of the demo rounds and are very accomplished at the Logging League. So this should have made for a very interesting round, and trust me, not everything goes to plan.
And here we are, we're off and away. Samu's a little bit confused, he's running around in circles trying to figure out where he's going. I hope that's not a disconnect or anything.
We are level pegging up here. Args, Schiffelmeister and THRU are just about to pick up their containers. It is neck and neck.
So I think the big difference here in this one, FSG, it's going to come down to the choice of loaders. I think Samu there with the high lift, he's just going to be able to pick up so many more logs and get them put into the back of the truck so much quicker than Tobias. Now this could be the one advantage that the Logmeisters have here, is they are actually here first, so Tobias can actually start getting some logs put into the container before the Pick a Pallet guys can even start.
Look at that stack of logs from Samu, that is huge, and again just highlights, I think, the advantage that you can have with that high lift if you get it right.
However, Tobias over here, and he showed us in the single player, they are only a log or two away from being full. Their container is fuller than the Pick a Pallet guys.
This is an insanely big load as well, though, from Samu. I think they'll fill this. So depending on how quickly Tobias can get those last couple of logs in.
I'll tell you what, if he can pick up 3 in one go, or 2 or 3 in one go, he would just about have this.
They are full. THRU is away. He is away.
Yeah, oh, he's just lost a log that probably would have just about filled them up, I think. If I was these guys, I'd be gambling on throwing this log in and running down there and hoping that their values are high enough. And I think, yes, they are closing the doors on the container and they are heading off. So it's not going to be too much between these two.
And he is foot down.
I can see both trucks from up here. He had a collision!
He's been hit by a car. The traffic has got in the way of things and he has been hit by a car. He is stuck. He is stuck. He's having to do a full loop round here. Oh my goodness, this changes things considerably. I haven't seen Stiffelmeister yet. Has he gone a different
He's taken
way?
a different route. He is coming out up near the top of the bridge. He has. He's going to be out in the lead. There's literally 500 meters between them.
So again, some good thinking, good planning of route there.
That was an impressive route. I was watching him from very high up and I could see both trucks at once, and he just picked a great route out of there. Yep. No issues with the train, the barriers are up, and he's going to go through the sell point in just a second. And container is gone. So there we go. Schiffelmeister is up here. They have sold it. The logging meisters. Oh, the train's coming. The barriers are just dropping. This could spell more trouble for THRU. He's going to have to stop for the train. He's going to have to stop for the train. Oh, it's got in the way.
I would have risked that. I would have risked that.
He's through and sold. So we will wait there. 9 minutes, 22 seconds overall. The guys are jumping down here because I think they probably thought with all the issues they had that they were out of that. But right there at the end, the car caused problems. Did it pull out of the intersection, FSG? You had a better view on that?
It literally, at full tilt, drove into the side of THRU. He was not his fault. It completely ran a red light. Absolutely shocking.
Oh.
So there you have it. Even with an intervention from the AI traffic and finishing second on the road, Pick a Pallet just snuck the win there with, again, another impressive time. And that's not the only time that the map bites back in round 2, so stay tuned. Game 3 sees our first solo game of the round, and this is between Modern Logging, Sharp Farmer and Motocross and BMX. This is a brand new course for round 2 as well, the Chaos course, and it has multiple different routes from the logging grounds back to the sawmill, which should add an interesting level of challenge to things. Let's check it out.
It's tense.
It is. The excitement's building. The Sharp Farmer and Modern Logging have both got the same loaders there. Motocross and BMX is down the end here in the Volvo, and they're all racing. It'll be interesting to see who goes where. Sharp Farmer's cutting across in front of a Modern Logging and Motocross and BMX, and he's going for the closest trees he can find.
So Motocross and BMX has got a rather nice pile here. He's working well. Modern Logging's stack is looking a little bit more haphazard. But like you say, if he's using the high lift, that will kind of rearrange that pile quite quickly. So Modern Logging now moving into position with his truck, although it looks like he's got it beached. He's beached his truck.
And look at this. He's gone and using his Volvo to lift it up and out of the way.
Motocross and BMX getting rid of the Mahindra and the 3 bales which were impeding his path there. But like we said at the start, Args, this is all boils down to, have you cut enough?
Have you cut enough, and then how do you get back to the sawmill? So you mentioned earlier Modern Logging's haphazard piles. I think that's coming to count against him right now. He's really struggling to get any of these logs picked up in a neat and orderly fashion, which is, with this grapple and loader, is not making things very easy for him.
I'm going to throw something else into the mix here, Args. What happens if Sharp Farmer can't get that truck up the hill?
It's a very real consideration, isn't it? He's going to have to think about that one.
That is a steep hill.
It is.
That is a steep hill. Yeah. I think there's some pretty choice words going on in some of these guys' heads at the moment, because they are. Nobody's having an easy run of this, are they?
No, it's certainly leveled things out quite a lot.
This is going to come down to Sharp Farmer is not far off being full. Modern Logging not a million miles off being full.
I'll tell you what.
Unfortunately, Motocross has just had to go and cut another tree, so he's closest to Sharp Farmer in terms of volume in his container. I think Sharp Farmer's full. Yes, Sharp Farmer's closing up.
He is FSG.
He is on his way out of here. Sharp Farmer's gone. Now this is where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Where's he going?
I'm going to follow him, FSG, and we'll go and see which way he heads.
Motocross and BMX is on his way, although it looks like his low load is stuck on a tree trunk as well. He cannot get his truck moving, but he's away now. He is done.
Well, Sharp Farmer's come down the hill. He has jumped onto the main road and heading along the tracks there on the bridge. And he has chosen, he's crashed just there on the bridge. I think he's going to choose to take one of the off-road tracks here. Just heading into the sell point there, FSG, and he is going to head through and his container is gone. So just under 16 minutes there on his time. And we're just going to keep an eye out on the main road for motocross and BMX, which is just coming into view.
Here he is.
FSG, we've got the train coming. The crossing's just dropped. He is going to get across. He's gambled on it.
Oh no!
He's caught it.
He's hit it. Oh, talk about bad luck.
He's got himself extracted from that little incident and is heading through that sell point. We've had the container glitch.
Unbelievable.
I've just jumped into the map, FSG. I can see that modern logging is on the main road, and I'm just watching on the map view which route he is going to take. He's followed the way that motocross and BMX has gone, and he's going to head down on the main road.
And modern log is in and sold. So
just under 20 minutes from start to modern logging finishing there. So I think that chaos course, or super chaos course, certainly dealt up the issues there.
So a great win there for Sharp Farmer and some very bad luck for Motocross and BMX. Like I said, the map is biting back in round 2 and it's not finished yet. Game 4 is our final 3v3 of this round, and it sees 2 of the players from the just finished 1v1 round going head to head again. That is Modern Logging, now with his team, facing the Pinnacle Loggers, which include Sharp Farmer on their roster. So let's see how they got on.
Moments away here from match number 4 kicking off. Anticipation, it's building, and there they go. The players are running towards their trucks down here. FSG, they underway up that end.
Just gaming with James and Kegarino, Samu and Modern Logging, all hitting the equipment, almost identical timing.
Now down here at the trucks, K-Blox and Sharp Farmer were out of the wood chip area at exactly the same time. Sharp Farmer gave K-Blox a wider angle, but they still managed to collide into each other.
Oh, Samu's rolled his cutter. He has rolled his cutter. He's still cutting the log, though, even though he is on his side in the Rotney here. But that is not an ideal start. There's some beautiful teamwork. Modern Logging has just flipped him back onto his wheels. And I see him. Sharp Farmer has arrived. Gaming with James is just sitting, waiting. This is going to be a very quick first load going into this container, I tell you. There we go. We are half a container full already.
He's going to get a few grabbed up here. That's not a bad little load.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I'm just going to scroll back over here and have a look at the Pinnacle guys and see how they've been doing, because Gaming with James is pretty deft with this grab here. Well, I've got to say, Args, the Pinnacle loggers are very close to being full, if not already full. I think they can maybe go with one more log. So there's certainly enough been cut down. If Gaming with James can be quick with another load, they are going to be good to go.
That's pretty impressive. Modern Logging's just grabbed a decent amount here. If he can get one more grapple like he just has, he is not far away from being full too.
Okay, that is the Pinnacle loggers full. We have just rolled over 7 minutes. Are they going to beat the Astragon time here?
We're running out of space. Modern Logging's taking Sharp Farmer's space away from him and just blocked him from getting out there. It was completely unintentional. He was heading for the truck. Sharp Farmer was heading for the exit, but they are off and going. I feel some pain here for Modern Logging. He had a huge grapple full and he managed to lose half of it. He would have had a full container and they would have been on the road by now.
Well, I am telling Sharp Farmer here, he is just passing the gas station halfway up the route.
K-Blox is starting to drive off. Modern Logging is getting that container door shut, and they are off and heading up your way.
And Sharp Farmer's in, and container is sold. That is an impressive run. Around about 9:36, 37 for them. I wonder if this is the quickest, and the trade-off is that you can potentially have issues. Although that was sweet. They hit that that perfect angle.
He did hit that pretty much as well as you could hope for. And container gone and sold. And look, the train's just arriving, just to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works, potentially.
So a very strong win there for the Pinnacle Loggers, but impressive times from both teams. Definitely ones to watch for future rounds. Game 5 sees Gaming with James, Genetic and Bargon facing off against each other in another solo round. Now Bargon made a name for himself in round 1 with his unorthodox but very effective method, now known as the Bargon backup. Let's see how they get on today.
Right, we're under starters orders, so we're just waiting here to see the guys jump off their bales and go, and we are off.
These fences here. Oh, the train is here!
Oh my goodness!
James and Genetic both taken out by the train.
Oh, we're on our sides.
Just snuck over in time. Oh dear. So Bargon has got a slight advantage as he's onto his second tree already.
I can hear the train, and Bargon's just got across in front of it again.
How is this happening?
Oh
How
my
is
goodness.
this happening?
Game with James is down here. He's managed to catch up a little bit. He's got a good 3 trees processed, and he's certainly been careful about what wood he is selecting. He's going through and getting the bigger, taller trees, so he's getting lots of logs out of one. Now, I've just come over here to have a look at Genetic FSG, and he's going to be in the same position he was last time, which, if you recall, he ran out of trees and had to go a long way to find some, and he's got that slow Volvo.
Now, the thing I said about Bargon, he's having a bit of a challenge because he's having to pick his way through the trees. I think it's slowing him down a little bit. Obviously, if he had nice stacks with nothing in the way, he would be able to move a lot quicker, but he's still moving at pace, though.
Gaming with James is bringing his wheel loader in, so he is catching up there. He's starting to get things loaded. Genetic hasn't actually got a tree into the back of the of his container yet. He's just picked up his first 2 logs and about to throw those in.
One of the key things with the Bargon backup approach is you've got to be able to load your container in one pass. You can't then have to go and cut more trees and reload.
Genetic's getting his container filled up there. Gaming with James is starting to get some logs picked up in the grapple, and we'll be throwing those in the back of the container very, very soon.
Bargon has loaded every log he has cut down up and out. I don't know what you think, Args, when you see him come past you. I don't think he's got enough there.
And the train is coming. He's had to pause and wait for the train. I think he would have made it over if he'd kept his foot in it, but he's paused and played the sensible option there.
Now I'm interested to see if he's going to slightly go in at an angle here as well. Is he going to go in, rather than driving straight in at the back, is he going to try and manoeuvre these in from the side?
It does look like it, yes, it does look like it. Oh, there we go. He's figured that one out as a solution.
So that's a tactic he's obviously worked on in the last month as well, but I think we're not going to have enough logs here.
Has he nailed it? Oh, I think that could be 100% full. He might have been practicing. Do you know what I think, FSG? He's gone in to the game and he has practiced cutting down which trees he needs to cut down to get that container 100% full. We're just sitting over 11 minutes as he's on as well, just under 11 minutes as he's on his way down to the south point. I'm going to follow him down there and leave you here, FSG.
Game with James slightly behind, and obviously a really unfortunate round for him. He's just maybe not recovered from that unfortunate start from him, but Genetic might be touch and go here as well.
He's taken that same crossing everyone else has taken, and he's taken a little bit slower.
Isn't it?
Oh, and he's got caught just a little bit, not enough to throw him off, but the front lip of the truck did get caught on it, did make him stutter just for a second. But he's heading into the sell point, and there his container has disappeared and he has sold it.
Gaming with James is 1 log away from having a full container. I actually think he's going to pass Genetic, although Genetic's closing the doors. We are going to have a very close run thing for second place. But Genetic is on his way. I think Gaming with James was struggling with just that last log, but for him to pull that back from the start he had, that is pretty impressive.
Here we go. Past the Thrustmaster sign and on his way down into the sell point. The train has just gone past the sell point as well, so again, not too far away behind. He's gone through the top entrance. He has learnt and taken the smoother way in. He's turning into the sell point and his container has disappeared, so we are just through on 14 minutes there for Genetic, so about a minute and a half behind.
Time. If we just look down the road again, not too far behind is probably an extremely frustrated Gaming with James. That did not go how he wanted it to go, unfortunately, but he's really pulled himself back into the mix here. from starting so far behind and not having any logs cut, he's done well.
He has, considering he got completely KO'd by that train. He's done well to get back up and carry on.
He has. And there he is pulling in. And container sold.
Gone.
So there you have it, a dominant display from Bargon. He's clearly been putting in the time between rounds to really hone that method and the approach. I think Genetic and Gaming with James maybe keeping a bit of an eye on the train tracks in future rounds. So we've reached the final game of round 2, and this sees Motocross and BMX back in the action, facing Tobias and Samu CH in the final solo round. Let's see how they got on.
And they are off and moving. Yep, likewise down here, Samu with the faster equipment should be able to get in and get first tree down. Motocross and BMX is moving in here. He's getting into position to cut down the first of his trees as well.
So Tobias and Samu running neck and neck here. They are super close to each other. Interestingly, Tobias has got one pile of logs sitting right at the exit, so hopefully that doesn't hinder him when he's trying to sort things out with his truck later on.
And Samu's got a very neat pile going on here. That's going to make it hopefully easier for him to load and just come to one spot and pick everything up and get out of there.
Yep, and I have to say, Samu and Tobias looking really smooth here. These guys, they are really into a bit of a rhythm here. It's looking good.
He does have a good stack of logs down here. I'd probably estimate he's cut down 5 decent sized trees. So we're just going to have to wait and see. My biggest concern for him is he does have some undersized logs. He's just picked up 4 in one go with that grapple. That's an impressive start.
Now, looking at Tobias's pile and looking at Samu's pile, Tobias has got more logs down. So I don't think Tobias is going to have an issue with quantity of logs, although he does have some tips in there.
Is Samu moving FSG? Is he on the way out?
No, I think he's just resetting it. Oh no, he is. He's going.
No. Doors are closed and he is moving.
He is going now. He's hit the turn angle wrong, so he's having to do some additional maneuvers to get the truck around the corner. You need to really hug this fence on the outside to be able to get round, and he's getting himself in all kinds of trouble here.
Motocross and BMX, I would say, is full as well. He is jumping into his truck. Container door is still open, but he is heading on his way out. No, he's paused and closing his door. He is only going to be seconds behind Samu here. Motocross and BMX, he's cut the corner. Motocross and BMX has taken a route inside along the train tracks to try and close down that gap to Samu.
Oh, wow. Look at him go as well. He was full air there. Now he really has closed this up. But this is super close. Oh, he's just squeezed between 2 cars there. My goodness, that was close. And Samu's headed up to the top, so I think Samu's given himself the best opportunity here of not having any issues. And he's turning in. And he's had a container
the container
glitch.
hasn't sold.
He's had a container
you wouldn't
glitch.
read about it. And
both of
likewise
them.
at the other end.
Come on.
What an anticlimactic finish
Well,
to
that
what was an incredibly exciting race.
Sub 11-minute race, though, for both of those guys. Motocross and BMX
that's
and
impressive.
Samu. Both under 11 minutes. And there we go.
Yeah,
Third
Tobias.
container. We've had a nightmare as well. Tobias is just going to bulldoze this into the cell.
Bulldoze it in and see if that works.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, look at that.
So a very close final game there, seeing Samu CH just pip Motocross and BMX for the win. But that is a wrap for round 2 of Logging League. So I guess that leaves nothing more than just to have a quick look at the overall standings. Now in the teams competition, we have joint leaders in Pinnacle and Pick a Pallet, with Astragon breathing down their necks, just 10 points behind. So all to play for still, as the number of games will balance out the scores over the coming rounds. In the solos, we can also see things level, with Bargon and Gaming with James sharing the current lead. But they can't rest easy, with a bunch of the guys within striking distance as we move into round 3. So that is it from me and from Argsy. Thank you very much for your support of Logging League. We're having a blast pulling this together, and we hope you're enjoying it too. A huge thank you again to sponsors THRUSTMASTER and to G-Portal for providing us the servers. Next round, is coming right up. That's right, it's here on April the 1st, 2 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. UK, and 9 a.m. on Sunday, New Zealand time. We hope you can make it, but for now, from me and from Args and everyone at Logging League, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now. Go, 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 go!
Off and moving here.
And Taylor has made the first cut, very closely followed by Digger. I'm basically seeing a very fast start from Digger and Hillboys, but there's a lot to play for still, and a lot of time to go.
Look at this, we've got a loader on its side.
He may have to reset this if he can't write it. GTR is lining things up. The guys can get this in, they are going to be in prime position. But look at that, a bit of teamwork there. GTR just reversing ever so slightly to help Hillboys get those into the truck. That's a genius strategy.
They actually have a good amount of trees there ready to load. I'll tell you what, this is unbelievably close. He's honking. I think he is on his way out. But we're just getting the console team coming in now to slow the container. Farmer Hamish is on his way in. He's running straight down the train tracks. No care at all for his well-being.